You're tuned to Occupation FM, live from the crucifixion of Jesus. I'm Cato Romano, and I'm talking about Jesus to the Jewish teacher Gamaliel, about how this Jesus is supposed to be fulfilling Old Testament prophecies. Now, Gamaliel, what can you tell me about one of the old Jewish poems called Psalm 22?
Well, Cato, it was written over 1,000 years ago by a great Jewish leader called King David. It seems to be the story of a man going through a time of great suffering. It starts off with the man shouting, my God, why have you forsaken me?"
Well, Gamaliel, we've heard the nails being hammered through Jesus' hands and feet, and I've just seen the soldiers throwing dice to see who wins Jesus' expensive robes. Am I right in thinking this in fact was predicted in Psalm 22?
Well, yes, Cato, such a thing is mentioned in Psalm 22.
You're listening. I'm told that as he died, Jesus cried out, "It is finished." Any comments, Gamaliel?
Self-explanatory. He's failed. Simple as that.
Aha. Or could it mean just the opposite? Might he have accomplished what he came to do? Well, listeners, our show on Occupation FM is drawing to a close. I've been discussing with Jewish teacher Gamaliel the idea that the death of Jesus might be fulfilling the ancient Jewish prophecies. We've heard Jesus cry out, my God, why have you forsaken me?" Gamaliel has told us that God cannot look on evil, and so he's forsaken this criminal. But listeners, he was not a criminal. He had done nothing wrong. And then we've discussed the idea that Jesus was dying for our sins, not his own. Dying maybe to take our punishment for us. Dying, perhaps, to set us free. Well, we've been looking at the words of the prophet Isaiah, and on Occupation FM I'm going to give Isaiah the last word. So this is what Isaiah says, and I'll read it for you. "Yet it was our weaknesses he carried. It was our sorrows that weighed him down. And we thought his troubles were a punishment from God for his own sins. But he was wounded and crushed for our sins. He was beaten that we might have peace. He was whipped and we were healed. All of us have strayed away like sheep. We have left God's paths to follow our own. Yet the Lord laid on him the guilt and sins of us all." From me, Cato Romano, here on Occupation FM. I wish you a peaceful afternoon.